you try it, no. You really shouldn't play with fire, put it out with water, but now you're drowning. There's been a whole lot of trying, whole lot of crying, whole lot of telling me I should be dying to be like you, but I don't wanna be like you. There's been a whole lot of trying, whole lot of crying, whole lot of telling me I should be dying to be like you, but I don't wanna be like you. 'Cause I could do better, I could do better, I could do better than that. And you should know better, you should know better, you should know better than that. You're telling me I should go places, you're telling me that I'm too lazy, you are the one that is going crazy, yeah. 'Cause you can't even hold your own, but you always know what's wrong with everyone else. How is that? You gonna have to call your friends, tell them that you're gonna be late, 'cause I'ma need you to explain. There's been a whole lot of trying, whole lot of crying, whole lot of telling me I should be dying to be like you, but I don't wanna be like you.
Welcome back. Oh my God, I look like it's fucking Sunday and I've been Sundaying. Welcome to Through the Fire. If you are new here, it's a brand new podcast. But if you have been here for over a year, this is what was Datum All Sis. And I am your host, Ericka Alston. And we're going to talk about why we are now through the fire and not Datum All Sis. So we will update, and we'll talk about how and why through the fire, conversations about love, life, and loss, overcoming the challenges of love, life, and loss. It's 8:30 on the dot. Happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday. I've got so much to catch you guys up on. We have been gone for what, Andrea? We've been gone for a month? We've been gone for a month. Again, I'm your host, Ericka Alston. I encourage you all to follow me on Facebook at Ericka Alston, on YouTube, Ericka Alston, on IG at Just Ericka. I'm Just Ericka on IG. Just follow me. So we are welcome. YouTube viewers and Facebook are all here. I am so excited to catch you all up on what's going on. My wig looks a fucking mess. I'm sorry, I look through the fucking fire, and I look like I've been through fire. You know what? I am chilling, and if I have to be pretentious and put on airs and pretend that I am somebody that I'm fucking not, this is the wrong channel for you. Okay, so before we were Datum All Sis, and what people often left out of Datum All Sis was Datum All Sis and may the best man win. If you are here, can you comment that you're here? I see the numbers here, but I don't see any interaction here. So if you are here, comment. Hey, say hello. Okay, I see. Okay, so Datum All Sis, may the best man win, and everyone always left that part of the title up. Hello, Dr. Phil, my BFF. I miss you so much. Irene, hey, Fee, I want you to stay here all fucking night because I want to help me, help you, help me, help us. So there's so much that has happened. One, my studio has changed. We are now absolutely in the room where the fire began in my house. So this is my office. I just switched my desk around. The window used to be behind me. Now the window's in front of me. So it's very important that when we relaunched the podcast that we did it here in this space. So through the fire, like literally. If you were here on October 30th during my live podcast, I stopped, I looked, I came back to you guys, and I said, I smell something burning. Were you here on October 31st when I was doing my live podcast and smelled something burning? I literally stopped in the middle of the podcast, turned around and sniffed because I smelled something burning. And I said that. I said, it smells like something's burning. didn't see anything, and I proceeded to continue with the podcast. My podcast runs from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So at 9:30, we logged off, we said our goodbyes. I did whatever the fuck, and I got in my bed, I went to sleep, and about 1 a.m., my fire alarm started screaming, fire, fire, call the police. That's what it was saying. Fire, fire, call the police, fire. One, I didn't know that my fire detector talked. But when you are awakened at 1 o'clock in the morning to a fire alarm screaming, call the police, you call fucking police. So I got up, and it was like kind of hazy in my bedroom. It was like just kind of white. And if you follow me, you know, my master bedroom is on the main level of my home. So I got up, I saw the smoke, and I stepped outside of my bedroom, which immediately puts me in the kitchen. I got outside the kitchen, it's still kind of gray, but I looked towards my office, the room that we're in now, and there was black smoke. You were there during the fire. There was black smoke coming out of my office, and because I had remembered saying that something was burning, I immediately went to my kitchen, and I grabbed a pitcher of water. I walked in on what was a plant. A plant was on fire. So I left a candle burning. The candle ignited a wicker basket that had a plant next to it, and the plant was on fire. So I poured the water on the plant, but the dirt was still like sparkling orange, smoldering, and that didn't look good. So I told my granddaughter Aiden, I said, call the fire department. So she called the fire department, and the rest is history. Like, I really thought that we would wake up, that we put the fire out, call the fire department, go back to bed. However, I don't know who was there for the live. I went live while the fire department was here and going through tearing my fucking house apart. And so on that live, the fire department said that the plant caught the wall, fire was inside the wall, and they got there, chopped down the wall, and said had they not been there, the fire would have went up across my garage and through the back of my house. So that is where we are. I ended up in a hotel for 6 months, and you guys have seen me look like I was having a great fucking time. And I am grateful. I am grateful. If you know me virtually or in real life, you know that if I'm not anything else, I am grateful and I'm humbled by the life that I have been blessed with. However, I was miserable. I live in a pretty large home, and I was now reduced to this hotel room where I was absolutely miserable. And because I was sad and miserable and lonely, and I would come on every Sunday and smile for you guys, and I go on all these fucking dates, and that wasn't for you. Like, I was absolutely in search of my person. Datum All Sis became a thing because I decided, you know what? I'm going to throw myself into this dating pool, and I created this strategy for myself, and I shared, how I was doing things with you guys, and why I was taking my watch. Why I was taking the approach that I was taking. One, I'm in therapy. And you guys, anyone who follows me knows that I encourage every Black person to be in therapy. My life has changed tremendously over the past 20 years, right? And as a result of I'm back, Gary. As a result of the elevation in my life, there was a point in my life that was absolutely fearful to lose, right? And I need to be engaged in an intentional process that allows me to stay sane, not use drugs, and never be fucking homeless again. I understand that we are all just one bad decision away from our whole life changing. So and getting better and healing, we need to know what's wrong. We need to fill the void with healthy shit. We need to not continue to do the same things that yielded the same results. So I am absolutely always engaged in therapy, right? So when I decided to date, my therapist was a very intentional part of it. And my therapist was the first person to tell me, because of my track record, because of the people that I had been experiencing, I needed to not let people know who I am, right? I am a giver. I'm not a people pleaser. And if you follow me for any significant amount of time, you have learned that people pleasing is out of fear, not out of love. If you people please, you do what other people want you to do in fear that they won't like you, or they won't be engaged with you, or they won't give you what you want. I'm not a people pleaser. Another thing that I know about myself is I am kind, but I'm not nice. And I make no apologies for that. I am very kind. I'm very giving. I will help, but I'm not very nice. And I know that me not being nice through therapy is a defense mechanism. So follow me. You will learn through this premiere of my new podcast, Through the Fire, conversations about overcoming challenges of love, life, and loss. Because I am a overcomer of love, life, and loss, right? And why I am no longer dating them all, sis. Because again, we learned that the title of my podcast was actually Date 'em All Sis, but the tagline was, may the best man win. Cheers. So, my therapist told me in my pursuit of my person to not tell people who I am, because people's motives for getting to know you, this isn't about me. Whoever you are, whatever you do, you need to make certain that the people in your life are in your life because they're interested in you and not what you can give them, not how you may elevate them, not how they will receive something from you. Because again, if you follow me for any substantial amount of time, you also know that what I'm not is codependent. And through codependency, because I was, what I now know is that healthy relationships are only as healthy as the unhealthiest person in them. And codependent and unhealthy relationships are not mutually beneficial. So I am someone who has been in consistent relationships that were not mutually beneficial on both ends. I have been the taker. I have been the gold digging, materialistic, superficial. I don't care about anything but what you can give me. And I have been on the flip side of that, where I have searched for the most extreme home makeover science fucking project, meet him and say, oh, he's cute, he's smart, he's this, he's that. But as soon as I get him to dress like this, think like this, do like this, and blah, 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 we'll be perfect. And what I am not and have not been for several years now is that person. Okay, so we were Date 'em All Sis. And you guys followed me on a 1-year journey of going on. I probably went on 1,000 dates in a year. That is not an exaggeration. I was out 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I taught you guys how to strategically and intentionally, with purpose, online date. I taught you guys what to put in your profiles. I wrote profiles for you and charged a small fee. I told you what pictures to post, what pictures not to post, what to say, what not to say. I taught you what to say on a first date, what to say on a second date. I told you guys, even if your intention was to get married, don't you fucking say that shit on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth date. Keep that shit to yourself. Share it with your girlfriend. If you're picking out bridesmaids colors, don't tell him about it. Hey, Tony and D, Felicia, Just Black, Valerie Ferguson, Irene Williams. Hello to everyone. I can say hello to you when you comment because then I see your name. Right now, I only see numbers up there, but the people I've just said hello to because they have commented in the comment box. You stayed in the streets. So, let me tell you how and why I'm no longer in the streets. We're going to start there for an update. It's 8:44, 15 minutes in. What had happened was, right, so I was on 2 dating apps. Hey, Lisa Woodson. I told you guys I don't like free dating apps. So through the Fire podcast, I will continue to give you dating advice, all right? I will continue to give you relationship advice because I am still learning how to be on this side of the fire. And as I learn, I'm going to share with you because we need the tea. Hey, Vicki Davis, none of us, I do not believe that any of us was created to be alone. Yeah, I'll leave that there. And I know that we seek and we desire companionship. And what I've told you over the past year is that I was absolutely just in search of someone to share my experiences with. I didn't need anyone to upgrade me. I don't need nobody to pay my bills. I don't need nobody. Look, I've done all of it. I'm 52 fucking years old. I've been doing this shit for a very long time. And what I've learned is, what I've learned. Don't take that as me saying that I've known this shit for a very long time. I'm still learning. But what I've learned recently is what my priorities are, what's important to me, and what's no longer at the top of my fucking list. So through this process, you guys, we've made a list of our must-haves. Like, this is what he must have. These are my negotiables. These are my non-negotiables. We created boundaries. We respected our own boundaries, and the only way that we can expect other people to respect our boundaries is we respect them ourselves. So we stopped wavering on what was important to us, right? So I'm on Match.com because I am one who, I don't like free apps. The fire made you keep company with yourself. We saw you cry and grow in your solitude. I meant to bring tissue in here because I knew that it's probably going to happen tonight because I'm going to tell you guys, like, we're going to go through the process of being through the fire. And D. Turner, you already got me. I didn't bring tissue in here. Anyways, so I'm dating. I'm on Match.com. And I'm on Facebook dating. Facebook dating is free. And you guys know that I'm really, really adamant about I don't like free dating apps. Because if you're on a paid dating app, eHarmony, whatever, Match, when you're on a paid dating site, my logic was the least you know is that they got a debit card, right? That, at the bare minimum, this motherfucker got some money somewhere I don't give a fuck if it's a Cash App card. He has some electronic process of currency. I don't know. I was just really, I've never done Hinge or Tag or I don't even know the free sites because I am adamant about just not. I don't like free dating sites. So I'm on Facebook dating, which is free. And I'm on Match.com, which is paid. And I pay more attention to my Match.com profile because, again, my logic is at least he got a debit card. So my Facebook dating process was really like me up When I'm up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep, I scroll Facebook dating. I never took Facebook dating seriously. I probably went out on 3 dates on Facebook dating and 997 dates on Match.com. Like I'm not a free dating app fan. Anyway, when I'm up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm scrolling Facebook, and one day in January, this is what y'all here for, you nosy motherfuckers. Why is she not dating them all? One day in January, I am scrolling 3 o'clock in the morning, and again, I'm always going to give you advice. I only respond to people who have a profile written. Ladies, stop responding to men who only got fucking bicep pictures and bullshit pictures and don't take a couple of seconds to write a couple of sentences about who they are. I remember when it happened. So I'm scrolling 3 o'clock in the morning. I come across, no, I'm not just scrolling. I go through my messages. Because remember, girl, I had like 1,116 messages on Facebook dating. 1,100 inbox messages. Who the fuck got time to? So when I don't have anything to do, I'm up late, I can't sleep, I go through my messages. And in my messages was just the cutest little thing. He was so cute. I looked at his pictures, then I read his profile, and then I read his message to me, and I responded. And nothing profound, probably just, thank you, hey, your profile's interesting. And his response the next day was, oh my God, I've been waiting for you to respond. I told my brother about it. And I don't know why I found that so flattering. But this person who had never met me was waiting for my response on a dating app. I thought that was so cute. I was like, oh, so cute. And if Fee is still here, hey, Catrice Woodland. If Fee is still here, me and Fee have recently been talking about alpha and beta men. My profile specifically says that I am attracted to beta men, right? I mean, beta. I'm specifically attracted to alpha men. And what I know from the dating apps and alpha men is they don't wait. They don't text you for 2 weeks. They don't send a bunch of fucking messages. They're like, hey, you, I want you. You're available tomorrow for dinner. Here's a link, 7 p.m. And that's my shit. Send me a link to dinner and I'm like, oh! Don't ask me a bunch of fucking questions because your questions are going to be answered in my profile because I take the time to tell you everything you need to know about me, minus a couple of conversations, maybe a couple of texts, but you don't have to ask me what kind of food do I like to go out, do I drink, you know, that shit's in my profile. So when people ask me stupid ass questions in my messages, I know you didn't take the time to read my profile. So ladies, when men are saying, hey beautiful, oh I like that dress, they're looking at pictures. We don't want anyone that's just looking at pictures. We want someone that took a few seconds to read what you said about yourself. Because the vulnerability that it takes to write something about yourself. Like, we work for this. Like, motherfucker, you ain't read this, all you looking at pictures? I'm not interested. So anyway, we talked the next day. He asked me out to lunch. Nope. He asked me out to dinner. He picked me up from my office because I'm in the hotel. He knows nothing about me. He knows nothing about who I am, what I do. He knows nothing about this fucking podcast, nothing about a column that I write, knows nothing about who I am in Baltimore City, just knows nothing. And that's the way that I love it. Because again, my therapist says for me to be intentional about people getting to know me for themselves and not some persona, not some image, not some social media. So he did not know who I was. We went out to dinner, and I don't know why I let the stranger pick me up from my office, but I did. He picked me up and he had flowers. And the whole world knows that I love flowers. And we went to dinner. We went to dinner. And if you don't know me personally, you don't know that my memory is fucked up. So I don't have all of the intricate details. And this is about to make me sad. One of the biggest symptoms of fibromyalgia is something called fibro fog. So I don't remember everything. And I hate that I don't remember every detail. But the important stuff I really, really, really remember about him. Right? So we went to dinner. He bought me flowers. We drank. We smoked hookah. And he dropped me off at the hotel. Remember, this man, he doesn't know that I live in this. He doesn't know about all of this. And he dropped me off at the hotel. And what you guys don't know, and why this podcast is now called Through the Fire, is because there were so many nights over the past 6 months that I was so sad. Don't put the D-turner comment up yet. Thank you. I was so sad going through this process, man. One, what you guys do know is I came from absolutely nothing. I came from being homeless and hopeless and broken and just hoping, wishing, and dreaming for just a roof over my head, somewhere to stay where I didn't have to do. So my hotel experience, although I am grateful, I never want anyone to gather from my experience. Yes, Andrea, remember he stopped me from picking up something you dropped, but when he came back to stay with you, I'm not trying to minimize how blessed I was throughout this entire ordeal. I had 2 penthouse suites in a very, very nice hotel with a staff that was absolutely 1,000% hospitable. Anything that I wanted or needed during my hotel stay, I had, for the exception of being home. I just wanted to be home. I wanted to be in my bed. I wanted to be with my stuff. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel protected. I didn't have that on the 14th floor of that hotel. So he took me out to dinner. We had a great time. We had great conversation. And he dropped me off at my hotel. And he said he'd call me when he got home. And when he called me, I was so sad. He said, "What's wrong?" And I proceeded to tell him why I was at the hotel. And I told him how sad I was. And without a second thought, he asked me, he said, "Do you want me to come back and stay with you?" "I'll come back and stay with you. If you don't want to be by yourself, I'll come back and stay with you." "I love you, Hillary." And I said, "Yes." And this man, on a first date, came back to my hotel room and stayed with me. And I don't know him. And I don't know why that was okay, but it was. And I felt so safe. And I felt so protected. For the first time in 3 months, I was so outside of my element, so outside of my comfort zone, because I take care of me. And then the next day, we went to dinner again. And the next day, we went to dinner again. And the next day, we went to dinner again. And what Andrea just posted, she said, "Remember when I dropped something?" I don't remember. I dropped something, and I bent down to pick it up, and he, "Don't do that." And he picked it up for me. He says, "Don't do that." And I don't touch doors. Right? And date 'em all sis became, "Fuck them motherfuckers." Y'all can have all of them. I'm good. But as Dee Turner was trying to remind us, if you guys don't know, he is the person that I took to the Governor Westmore's inauguration ball, and I came on here and I told all you guys I didn't like him because his shoes was cheap and blah blah blah. That man's shoes wasn't cheap. I'm stupid. So, through the fire, what I've been able to articulate to him is that my fear of vulnerability, my inability to let someone else care for me, manifests as mean. My inability to say that I am afraid, I am uncomfortable, I've never experienced this, manifest and "Don't do that, stop that, don't do that, don't do that." Therapy. You guys have experienced with likewise. We had to own that shit. I am with someone that has the ability to tell me, and I told Fee this, he'll say to me, "Put your dick away." I am a piece of work. And I shared with you guys some time ago that I dated someone many, many, many years ago who said to me, and this is like one of the most profound lessons I've learned from a black man. He said to me, other men have probably called you spoiled. I asked for something, or I wanted to do something. He didn't do it, and I was just, and he said to me, I am certain that other men in your life have called you spoiled. Spoiled is a dressed up way to call you selfish. Do tell. We're driving. We're going out of state. We're taking a long ride. I asked him to do something. He didn't do it. I proceeded to fold my arms and look out of the window of the car and not talk to him for like 20 minutes. And he began with that spoiled conversation. And I'm looking out the window the whole time he's saying it. And it says, other men have called you spoiled in the past. It's a dressed up way to call you selfish. So for the past 20 minutes, you have looked out of the window with your arms folded and deprived me of 20 minutes of a pleasurable drive. Because you didn't get your way. That's selfish. So since then, and that's a good 20 years ago, I do not relish in, take pride in, or even want to be considered spoiled, because I understand that spoiled is selfish. As for me, you can be as spoiled rotten as you want to be. I have no desire to be spoiled, because I know that spoiled is absolutely 100% selfish. I want my way. I want what I want when I want it. I don't give a fuck what you need or want at this time. It's all about me. That is not spoiled. That is selfish. So the adult Ericka takes that into this relationship and understand that I'm not going to always get my way. So we have had conversations in this committed, exclusive, monogamous relationship. Why is it exclusive and monogamous and blah, blah, blah? I'm not sharing it with y'all bitches. I'm acting like I got the sense God gave me. And that ain't no fucking, like, if you are keeping score with yourself, honey, child, good luck to you. If you are capable and willing to tell yourself the truth, one, bitch, you want to keep watching? You lady watching right now, you want to keep marathon watching Netflix motherfucking series by your goddamn self? Knock yourself out. You want to keep asking us on Facebook, what series should I watch? Nah, bitch. I want to roll over and say, what you want to watch? I ain't asking y'all no more what the fuck y'all want to watch. This nigga this young man likes to watch Fraternity Court. I'll watch every motherfucking episode. What's her name? What's her judge's name? She got an episode, we watching it. And then I've also told you guys, hey there, Yana, I'm going to have to change what type of men I'm attracted to. Committed, exclusive, and compromised for the mutual benefit of love and growth. Absolutely. For Fee, I'm going to have to change what type of men I'm attracted to. My end game is different. Well, you also have to change the energy that we put out. Like, Fee, you're my friend. We know each other for real, not the social media shit. Like, I have made many, many adjustments. And adjustments aren't settling. Like, sooner or later, we make a decision about like what's important to us and what's not. I am someone in complete transparency. Regularly, I reach my daily spend limit. And I have a spend limit, self-imposed spend limit on my checking account, my debit card, because I will swipe my card like I'm a fucking stripper or I sell dope and I work, but I will swipe. So I have spending limits put in place, and then I have only 2 transfers. I just changed it. It was 2 transfers a month from my savings to my checking. Why the fuck are you transferring twice a month from your savings to your checking? I changed it to one time. Now I have once a quarter that I can transfer savings to my checking. Because if I'm transferring money from my savings to my checking, I am overspending, I'm being irresponsible, and it's not saving. So I made all these adjustments in my life. So the other day when I showed you guys that I had this plumbing problem. And instinctively, I was over my spend limit over the weekend, whatever. I was over my spend limit. Instinctively, there's 3 girlfriends that I got that I could ask for like $1,000 till tomorrow. Hey, you got $1,000 till tomorrow? You got that? There's 3 of them that will say yes. Neither one of them had $1,000 till tomorrow. But that's what I did. I got these 3 friends. I go over my spend limit. And I'll text them, hey, can you Zelle me $1,000 till tomorrow? Can you Zelle me $1,000 till Wednesday? And they'll all be like, oh, yep, sent. And that plumbing thing happened the other day. I called them, they couldn't do it. And I called him, and I was letting him know what was going on. And he texted me a picture of his credit card. I always take care of me, even if I have to borrow $1,000 for 24 hours. And instinctively, that happened like before 9 o'clock in the morning. So my credit limit, read up. And so I sent him the money back, and he had no idea. He says, I wasn't expecting that back. Sophie, I said all that to say, I said, during the whole Date 'em All experience, I said, I've dated fucking professional ball players. My rich white man list, your rich white man list can't fuck with my rich white man list. My gold digging experience is on 1,000. I have dated and married for stuff. For the past 10 years, I've been totally self-sufficient. That's not a long time. And if you followed me through the whole dating experience, you know that my gold digging ways still resurfaced. I was trying to make square pegs fit into round holes because of tax brackets and zip codes. I was flying here, there, and everywhere. I was getting bags and shoes and stuff and meals. And what I have learned in a very short time is that men that have a lot don't need to give a fuck about you to give a lot. They got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. They got it. So if you are at 40 and over, still looking for someone to take care of you financially based on finances, buckle up and keep asking us what to watch on Netflix. However, if your priorities change and your mindset changes to, You want to be seen, heard, loved, supported, cared for, be valuable and worthy. All the other stuff will fall into place. Because I said when we started Dating Sis, I am having such a horrible fibromyalgia evening. My hands are swollen. You can't tell, but maybe you can tell. My hands are this fat, and they hurt. I am in pain. Everything else will fall into place. When someone cares about you, they're not going to see you in need. They're not going to see you without. And I don't know what it was that I said or did to him. And this is about 60 days ago. Something mean and disrespectful that he did not deserve. And Andrea, my producer and friend, is backstage laughing right now because I'm telling you, get you a girlfriend that will tell you, bitch, stop acting stupid. Because I swear, it'd be the tiniest thing. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I can't do this with him. And she was like, he adores you. Yo, what you mean you gonna stop? That motherfucker care about you. Like, ladies, that should be the top of your list. The top of your list. Because someone that adores you ain't gonna see you in need. And if your defense, if your protection, if your go-to emotion when you are afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to say I need, afraid to say I can't, if your defense is mean and nasty, stop. I don't know what I said or did to him, but I had a man look at me disappointed and hurt based on something I said or did. And in his, I'm not taking that shit from you, Ericka spiel, because that's what the fuck he does. Look, you cute, I love you, I adore you, but look, what we're not going to do is this. But in his conversation, he said, I love and adore you. Why would you do anything to jeopardize that? I know y'all see me glistening. I know y'all see the fucking hot flash flashing. You see this? This ain't even right. What's this? Department of Parole and Probation. This ain't even right. He looks at you and no one else is in the room. I pick up quickly. Baby, you saw that Wanda came to my house. Wait a minute, y'all gotta give me a moment. This is ridiculous. I told him, he met me when I was old. 6 months ago, I was a hot bitch. Now I'm an old hot bitch. Wait a minute. That's the best thing ever. Andre, have you seen Seven Family? You have not seen that. You saw that. Wait a minute, y'all. When this hot flash get to flashing, all I gotta say is, woo! Guess what that man will do? Yeah, he take his hand, he's like, I love him so much. All us, I'm about to cry. through the fire. Yes. With his hand. Patricia, I don't care, we're at dinner, we're in the car, walking down the street. I see, woo! That motherfucker stuff. So his name is Seven. And some of y'all knew it was 7 before I said it was 7. Strangely, 7 has co-workers and women friends that follow me. They're like, it's you. You crying? So, join me. Your favorite number. That's now my favorite number. 7 is completion. Like that's not a mistake, right? So when I was getting my sleeve done, so my entire tattoo sleeve was my road to 50, right? There is all personal affirmation. Everything means something. And here, let's see, this. Let me turn this. That is the Swahili symbol for soulmate. Because at 50, I've been on this journey since I was 50 years old. I'm 52. Don't give up. Be patient. Don't settle. Get your priorities in order. Discover what is a deal breaker. That's a real deal breaker. That's tangible. Deal breakers cannot, ladies, as much as you want a motherfucker to ride in on a white horse, rescue you, and sail away, the deal breaker cannot be that the horse is white. The deal breaker has to be that he's not riding. This motherfucker could be on a bike. He could be in a shopping cart. He could be on a skateboard. If your desire is for someone to ride in and rescue you, the deal breaker cannot be what he rides in on. It cannot be a tangible, material, superficial thing. You can't make your choice in selecting your soulmate to be about a tax bracket or a zip code. I've said all along, I know how much money I make. I know how well I do for myself. Throughout this entire experience, I've shared with you guys that all I've ever wanted was someone to share my experiences with. I stopped wanting someone to take care of me a long time ago until I learned in January when I'm at 7 that I needed someone to take care of me. My bills are going to be paid. I need to be with the person that respects, loves, and adores me enough that in the event that I can't, and because I'm a grown-ass woman, my events are few and far between. I'm not looking for someone to pay my fucking bills. Look, you got drinks, I got appetizers. You got dinner, I got drinks. Like, why do you need the person that's going to keep taking you to Capitol Grill for $400 meals? The fuck you doing for yourself? Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. And when we show up as grown-ass women, we meet grown-ass men. Y'all can do what y'all want. What I know is, I don't even sleep good at night. That motherfucker not here. I'm like, Say what you want. What you ain't gonna say is Ericka Alston Buck still single. Through the fucking fire, bitches. So what I know without a shadow of a doubt, that everything that has happened over the past 6 months was absolutely of God. I lost everything as a result of a fire and a flood. Can't nobody do that. Man can't do that. And if you haven't seen the return on my loss, it absolutely was tenfold. And the lessons, baby, please, the lessons, like you need to absolutely 100% pray, meditate, manifest to receive the lessons in every experience that you have. Because the biggest lesson that I learned in all of this is, one, I am capable of living with less. I had a bunch of shit holding like this. And your mama told you a long time ago, when you like this, there's no room for blessings. So I had to lose a lot. And the second biggest lesson that I learned that is, it's okay to not be okay. And when we're not okay, it's okay to let someone know that you're not okay. We don't have to be superwoman. We don't have to do it all. We can absolutely bask in some feminine energy and put our dicks away. I'm so glad we don't have to tell me that no more. It's a work in progress. We'll continue to talk about this each and every Sunday. Sooner or later, I'm going to have my balls cut off and I ain't going to have no dick no more. But in the meantime, I got somebody that's capable of telling me that, he tells me two things. He also tells me that he does not work for me. My word. Doesn't everyone work for me? Bitch. Get you in my face, I'm going to tell you he don't work for you. I'm so excited about Through the Fire. I'm so excited. We have so many people here. Sometimes we got to lose to win again, and we will win if we stand in our feminine truth. It is really so much easier to be. So I'm like this. Do it. Take it. I don't care. What you want to do, babe? Whatever you want to do. What you want to do? Whatever you want to do. What a relief it is. It is 9:27 p.m. I am so happy to be back. I am so happy to be on this journey with you. I will keep you updated as I learn how to do this, because I still want you guys to date them all. And I want for the best man to win. And what I will share with you is the lessons that help me win. So, Through the Fire, conversations about the challenges, overcoming the challenges of love, life, and loss. Each and every week, Sundays at 8:30 p.m. And what you know about me is I ain't ever gonna give you a bunch of fucking walking through the tools, holding hands, everything is great. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the different, because the only way that we do better is when we tell ourselves the truth. And sometimes the truth ain't pretty, but we get better. This is about healing and growing, basking in our feminine softness, finding the love that we deserve, and keeping it. Until next time, I'll see you guys 8:30 Sundays. Through the Fire. Ericka Alston Buck. So glad you're here.